Hello, today we will be looking at how to find the midpoint when given 2 points on a graph. If we look at the graph that we have here, we have a point P1 and we have a point P2. Now what the midpoint formula will do and tell us is the point that is exactly in the middle of those two. So then this would mean, if we call that point M, that the distance of P2 to M is equal to the distance of P1 to M. So how do we do this? There's actually a very easy formula that we can use to get this point. It would be x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and you have y1 plus y2 divided by 2. You can see that the quotient in the x term is the average of the number x1 and x2. Similarly, the y-coordinate quotient is also an average between y1 and y2. And that's how you find the midpoint. So let's look at an example. If you have the point 4, 0, and you have the point 0, negative 4, what's the midpoint? M. Well, using this formula that we just looked at, we take the point 4, 0, and we take the point 0, negative 4, and we plug it into this equation here. If we want this to be P1, we can make this P2. What we would do, we take the x value of the P1 value, which is going to be 0, and then we look at the P2 value of x, and we get 4, and we divide that by 2. Next, we do the same for the y, so we get negative 4 plus 0 divided by 2. After we simplify, we are left with 4 divided by 2 and negative 4 divided by 2. And this equals 2, negative 2. If we graph this, we'll go over 1, 2, and we will go down 1, 2, and that is our point right in the middle. Let's look at another example. All right, our next example is if we have the point A, which is at 7, negative 3, and we have point B, which is at 3, 3. The question is to find the midpoint between these points. If we want to look at it on a graph, if we want to see it on a graph, we can draw this out. We can go over 7 and down 3 to give us our first point of A, and then we can go over 3 and up 3 to give us B. And then the question is, what is the midpoint between these 2 points? So, using our formula, all we have to do is take the averages of the x values, and we have to take the averages of the y values. Looking at our x values, we have 7 plus 3 divided by 2, and our y values, negative 3 plus 3 divided by 2. This is equal to our midpoint. We simplify and we get 10 divided by 2, and we get 0 divided by 2. From there, further simplifying, we get 5, 0, and this is equal to our midpoint. And I happen to draw that pretty close to correct. If we go over 5, which is right here, we don't go up anything because it's 0. That would keep us exactly where we are, which is right on that x-axis. And it's really that simple. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you learned something, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.